Guys, Robert from East Coast Sawing Design. A little different today. I usually show you collecting firewood in the woods, cutting trees down, how I process them in the woods, but I rarely show you once it's in the barn. So today I want to show you splitting up some firewood. Our wood barn / winter firewood storage is a former delivery truck box. I think it's 24 by 8.5, 9 feet wide by 8.5, 9 feet tall. It, volumetrically speaking, holds about 12 cord of cut wood from front to back. So it's a lot of wood. When we first start filling it up, we keep the splitter inside because sometimes when we bring the trees out of the woods, it's fairly large wood and we need to split it. That way we're not working in the sun, the heat. It's a little bit comfortable in here versus out in full sun. So what we use primarily for our splitting is a 4-ton Yardworks brand electric wood splitter. We got it many years ago and it served us really good. We've modified it for one-handed operation. So there's a lever welded to there's a piece of rod welded to the hydraulic lever that goes down and pushes on the electric switch. So it's all one-handed operation now, which is really good when you're dealing with firewood that's that's really big and you have to hold it in a very specific position. So just let me demonstrate. So as you can see, works perfectly fine. I want to say it's 12 years old plus. It's at least 12 years old. Conveniently, it's 20 and a half, 21 inches between the ram and the wedge, which is what we cut our firewood at, 20 inches. So 21 and a half. So anywhere between 19 and 21 is what we cut our firewood. So this works out perfectly. So let me just grab a piece of firewood, throw up on it. So this is a nice big piece of maple. It's approximately 12 inches wide, 11.5 inches tall. So this is indicative of the upper end of what we like to cut out of the woods. We've cut bigger. We usually cut smaller. This was a very beautiful sized tree. And this little 4-tonner, we'll split it right down the middle without any trouble. And then we split it into smaller pieces off the two halves. So don't even look for a mulberry crack, an existing crack inside the tree. Just go to town and let the splitter do the work. So here we go. So as you can see, guys, when you've got nice, clean, clear grain woods, this maple is really straight grained. It just splits like butter. So the electric splitter, the ram, doesn't go all the way up to the head. So if you got something that's a bit stringy like this, sometimes you can pull it apart. We keep a little hatchet handy with the splitter. And that just knocks off that just splits or tears off the existing fibers that didn't want to let go. And I mean, we don't split our wood excessively small. This would be okay, but I like to cut it a little bit smaller. I mean, we don't typically cut everything down to, what's this, 5 inches by 2 inches tapered. Typically we like to go stuff more like this. And that's what works out really good for us. So right now, because I'm working the very first row of the wood burn, there's about a 6 foot difference between that and the door, and then the width of the door before we get to the splitter. I could move the splitter down 2 feet, but it's not worth changing it for that. As we get further into the barn, the splitter will be right next to the pile, so I just literally turn and stack. And sometimes I like to split the halves into quarters. Like I said, the little splitter makes it really handy. And typically, a piece of wood between 11 and 13 inches. We like to get about 8 per chunk. 8 split pieces of firewood. So that's about an armload and a half. So it works out really good. So I hope you enjoy this little video. Comment, like, subscribe if you did it. Tell me if you didn't. I mean, I like to hear negative feedback as much as positive feedback. All right, thanks, guys.